Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. Let me turn this down. Earl the Truth Spence Jr. put on a dominant performance. About to get the decision right now. I got it. Earl Spence 10 rounds to 2. They gonna call it 118, 109. What we looking at? 118, 109. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Earl the Truth Spence Jr. victorious. First fight back from the accident. He showed you everything that you needed to see. He answered all the questions. Stood in the pocket, stood in the fire, took good shots. You know what I'm saying? Came forward aggressively the whole night. A dominant, unanimous decision. I had it 10 rounds to 2. You could have scored it 11 to 1. You know what I'm saying? You could have scored it 11 to 1, but Earl pretty much dominated every round. Used the jab, came out popping the jab early. I want to see what he say post-fight. Came out popping the jab early. You know, Danny Garcia tough, man. Danny Garcia tough. And Earl Spence, I feel like he came out in this fight with the mindset, I want to stop Danny Garcia. He really wanted to make a statement, but just like Keith Thurman, just like Sean Porter, just like most of the guys that get in there with Danny Garcia, you realize that this dude is tough, bruh. He tough. He got a chin on him, and he can take a beating. Earl almost closed his eye up. You know what I'm saying? He could take a beating. So I feel like after round 9, round 10, Earl was like, okay, I'm going to keep the pressure on him, but I'm not going to take too many unnecessary risks. Because, I mean, this dude ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Earl looked good, didn't he, Derek Lincoln? Hey, salute to Derek Lincoln in the building. Salute to the real songstricks in the building. Salute to Mark Jaramillo in the building. Levi Anthony in the building. Yeah. What's going on? Salute Tim Johnson in the building. What's going on, y'all? Tone Brown, Rylan Gibson. Appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Corey Keelan, what's going on? Eclectic Agitator in the building. Salute. Yeah, it looked like the Mikey fight. It looked exactly like the Mikey fight. Jay Harris, Too Real in the building. Murray in the building. Salute to y'all, man. Y'all tap that like button for your boy. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Big fish. You know what I'm saying? Big stepper. This how you come back. Think about it like this, y'all. The fact that Earl Spence took this fight fresh off of the accident, that speak volumes. That speak volumes. And then he coming off the longest layoff of his career, and he come out there and put up a dominant performance like this, press Danny from round 1 to round 12. A dangerous puncher, a guy that a lot of people claim is the most powerful one-punch knockout artist in the welterweight division. And he came out there and fought aggressively like that. And he took away his best weapons, honestly. You know, Danny landed the overhand right a couple of times, some grazing shots. He also hit Earl with, you know, a couple of straight rights. You know what I'm saying? A little overhand right, a little left hook. You know, he was trying to go to the body on Earl. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, for anybody that have any doubt about, can Earl Spence take a punch? What is his punch resistance the same? All that, man, you can put all that out the window. Throw that all that out the window. You know what I'm saying? He took Danny's best shot. That's right, Roddy B. He took Danny's best shots. And I'm talking about Danny sat down on him too. He took his best shots. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. For Earl to be able to come out here and fight this type of fight, aggressive, pressing forward, looking for the knockout, you know what I'm saying? Swole up Danny eye. You feel me? He had Angel Garcia frantic in the corner the whole fight. I didn't hear not one point this fight did I hear Angel Garcia sound confident in Danny Garcia. Not one time in the fight did I hear. Hold on, let me see what Earl say. Yep, I definitely saw some ring rust. Absolutely. That's a beautiful performance, y'all. That is a wonderful performance. To be able to come back from the accident, from your longest layoff, to be able to put up a performance like that. And he took Danny's best shots and he dominated every round. Bro, this is ridiculous. I mean, if he would have stopped Danny Garcia, you would have had to make him #1 pound for pound. I mean, come on, bro. That's almost an impossible task for a guy coming back from what Errol Spence coming off of, man. And for him to be able to put on a dominant 10-2, 11-1 type of victory, type of performance, bro, that speaks volumes. And the way he did it. Salute to everybody coming through. Salute to you, Queen Coco J in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, showing love. Thank you. Thank you. T-Town Freestyle Lock said, bro, Earl look good, but I want to see the best fight the best. Oh, yeah, big facts. We all want to see that. We all want to see that. Joe Voidable. Oh, yeah, it's not even a question whether or not Errol Spence is top 5 pound for pound. That's big facts. Melanated Alpha Line in the building. Salute to you, my brother, for coming through. I appreciate it. Israel Diaz in the building. Salute. You say Canelo would knock out Errol Spence. Okay. Make the fight then. You need to tell your boy he need to quit ducking Jamal Charlo. That's what he need to quit doing. If he want to see Errol Spence, he gonna have to come down and wait. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have to come down and wait. Errol Spence fighting Callum Smith. He ducking Jamal Charlo. You dig what I'm saying? He ducking Demetrius Andre. You feel me? He ducking Caleb Plant. And he can get that work from Errol Spence if he can make the weight. If he can make the weight. Curtis Moorhead in the building, salute to you. Big facts, the smartest thing he can do is avoid Errol Spence. That's the best thing he can do. He gonna get his whole reputation tarnished. As if the illegal drugs that he be taking didn't tarnish his career already. If he get in there and get his ass whooped by Errol Spence, that's gonna make it worse. Joey Foster in the building, salute to you. I don't want to hear big facts. I don't want to hear nothing about no car wreck no more. I don't want to hear none of these fake medical professionals in the comments examining Earl from their Nokia phone after they just got done playing the snake game. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he slurring his words. Oh, my God, why did they put him in the ring? He just took Danny Garcia's best shots. All y'all talking about Danny Garcia was going to knock out Errol Spence. Everybody that said that Danny was going to knock out Earl, saying that he the hardest hitter at the welterweight division. Man, I don't want to hear none of that, bro. I told y'all that stuff only going to last for one night. All that he ain't the same, that lasts one night. Tomorrow morning, ain't no more talk about that. I don't want to hear that no more, man. I don't want to hear that no more, man. Hey, man, somebody snipe that boy Israel Diaz down, man. Shoot him in the dome. Deuce. Salute to the brother, the soulmates in the building, man. I appreciate you for coming through, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the fight. And everybody in Dallas, man, I hope y'all, you know what I'm saying, having a great time out here at the fight, you know, at all the events, turning up. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to link up with the bros, you feel me? I'm on some real cool, you know what I'm saying, family type vibe with my parents, man. You know what I'm saying? Watching the fight, enjoying the festivities, you dig what I'm saying? But if you out here in the city, man, Dallas, Texas, man, turn up. You know, the truth has prevailed. You feel me? The truth has prevailed, and he did it in mighty, spectacular fashion. You know what I'm saying? He took it to him every round. Every round. Me personally, I'm thinking, hold on, let me mute this. Me personally, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was a little nervous, not because, and I get nervous anytime my favorite guys fight. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. You feel me? Like, motherfuckers say they don't got no favorite fighters. You know, people talking about, they don't got their emotions invested in certain fighters and fights and stuff. If you're a real boxing fan, you know what I'm saying, you authentic with it. You know what I'm saying? This is how you coming. But I was a little nervous at first because I'm like, I don't know how Earl gonna fight. I didn't know if he was gonna come into the fight the first round and just go crazy, or if he was gonna be patient and box, which I thought he should have did. That's what I was thinking before the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this your first fight back off your longest layoff, and you coming off the accident. You know what I'm saying? I think you should just, you know what I'm saying, box for the first couple of rounds. I say for the first 5 or 6 rounds, and then in the second half of the fight, push him to the limit and see if you can get him up out of there. But Earl started out round one and used the jab, blinded him with the jab from round one, put unlimited pressure on that man. Giga Floyd in the building, salute to your fans' perspective in the building, salute. Appreciate you for coming through. Yeah, beautiful boxing. That's what you call intelligent pressure. Intelligent pressure. And what did we discuss? What did we discuss pre-fight? We said Danny Garcia is not comfortable fighting on the back foot with somebody, pressuring him like Lamont Peterson did in the last 4 or 5 rounds of they fight. And Danny Garcia is not really comfortable coming forward because he don't use the jab like that. You know what I'm saying? So ERROL Spence gave him multiple levels. He came out in the first round, pushed him back, pushed him back, pushed him back, pushed him back. You know what I'm saying? Then in between the fight, he was in between rounds also, he was fighting mid-range. Then he'll fight him long range for small spurts. Then he'll just keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing with that jab. Come on, bruh. That jab is blinding. It's a weapon. And the crazy thing about it is Earl can use the jab as a power shot, as a weapon. He can use it as a tactical shot just to throw you off and offset your rhythm so you can't really get his timing down. He can use it to blind you, put it in your face, and then bring that overhand left right behind it. Bruh, like ERROL Spence got so many different tools. To think that, now, we said that this looked like the Mikey Garcia fight. It did, but this looked like, I'm going to say the second half of the Mikey Garcia fight. I'll say like from round 4 all the way up when Earl really started to press forward with, very, very educated jabs and pot shots and stuff like that. But early on in that fight, he was pretty much boxing off the back foot. In this fight, he pressed Danny the whole way through, and he never let Danny Garcia get comfortable. HMC3 in the building, salute to you, man. What's happening? Mark Haramillo, what's going on? Earl put on a masterclass. Big facts. Big facts. He put on a masterclass, man. He put on a masterclass. Hey, salute to Kano Loco Sports in the building, man. I know Danny Garcia, your boy, you know what I'm saying? I rock with Danny Garcia. Much respect, you know what I'm saying? Much respect to Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is a dog, bro. I'm not even, Danny Garcia, he really don't have another gear. He don't have, like, what Earl did was take away his best weapons. He took his best shots and he took away his best weapons and he made Danny uncomfortable. Danny don't really have another gear, but Danny got heart, though. You know what I'm saying? Danny got heart. You know what I'm saying? Danny got heart, and he stood in the fire. He didn't fold, and he's strong. He's strong. And this was the perfect guy for Earl to come out there and really test everything. Look at Earl. Look at Earl. He get down. Okay. Yeah. Turn up in front of the home crowd, baby. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But look, Danny Garcia, hey, much respect to Danny Garcia, man. Look, I don't think ain't nobody stopping Danny Garcia, bro. Can't nobody stop Danny Garcia, dog. That dude can take a beating. I mean, Earl was hitting him with all type of you know what I'm saying? Was hitting him all in his back, was hitting him in his ribs, in his kidneys, was hitting him on top of the head, in the jaw. Earl was hitting him all over. Man, that dude tough. He tough. But I tell you this, ain't nobody ever beat Danny Garcia this convincingly. Ain't nobody ever beat Danny Garcia this convincingly. Nobody ever dominated Danny Garcia like this. Nobody. Look at the Sean Porter fight. Close fight. Very close fight. Look at the Keith Thurman fight. That was a split decision. I thought Keith looked good in that fight, but that was still, Keith did a whole lot of Keith did a little bit unnecessary movement on the second half of that fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody beat Danny like this. Nobody. Danny Garcia, he gonna be hurting tomorrow. He gonna be hurting tomorrow. Shout out to D Lucky in the building. Salute to you, brother, for coming through. I appreciate it. Archie Thomas in the building. Salute. What's going on? Pat Gordon in the building. What's happening? What's happening? Oh, yeah. Nah, we not playing with him. Jabari Heyman in the building. Salute. Nah, we ain't playing no games with him. And you see Earl wasn't playing no game. He was trying to get that boy up out of there. But I feel like around 9, round 10, Earl was like, and this dude ain't going nowhere, man. Let me start. And you started to see Errol Spence. He started to he was letting Danny get off on the first half of the round until like the 1 minute and 30-second mark. And then Earl started to push forward and try to just go crazy on the second half of the round because he knew, like, look, let me conserve some of my energy so I won't just get lax and get caught with something crazy. Let him get off on the first half of the round, and then on the second half of the round, I'm gonna go crazy. Because he knew, like, bruh, I mean, I can't stop Danny Garcia. Ain't no stopping Danny Garcia, bruh. Hey, salute to the brother D Lucky in the super chat. Thank you for coming through. He said Crawford pulled up, no ducking. Big facts. Hey, salute to Terrence Crawford for pulling up to a PBC event. This the first time. This the first time. Salute to Terrence Crawford for coming through. That's good. We needed that. That's a good look for boxing. We needed that. You know what I'm saying? Salute. And that's a good look for that fight. I think that fight can happen next. It just, I don't know. I don't know what they gonna do with the negotiations. Salute to Brent Jones coming through. I don't know what they gonna do with the negotiations. I don't know if they gonna have Terrence Crawford fight Sean Porter and then put Errol Spence in there with, if one of them gonna try to get the Manny Pacquiao fight. Even though I don't think Manny Pacquiao would fight either one of them, I don't know what they gonna do, but I truly believe that fight can happen next. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was a great look for Terrence Crawford to show up, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, man. And I want to see that more often. I want to see that more often. I've seen Errol Spence at top rank events, you know what I'm saying? But this is the first time I've seen Terrence Crawford pull up to a PBC event, let alone Errol Spence Jr.'s fight. So that's huge. That's huge. That's a beautiful thing. Salute to the brother Big Tex 33 in the building, man. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's huge. Said, do you think this Spence was better than the Spence versus Mikey? That's a good question. Let me say this. I think this Spence definitely was better, but there was obviously some ring rust there. I think this fight right here, it's hard to really say if he was better then than now because you got two different opponents. Danny Garcia, they both counterpunchers, him and Mikey, but Danny Garcia present different challenges than Mikey Garcia. And then also, you got to look at the fact that Earl coming off a layoff, he probably thinking in his mind, like, let me get some rounds, let me try to test myself. Let me try to see what I can do. Can I still take a good shot? I know I've taken shots in sparring with headgear, but can I take a shot from a guy that they say is the hardest puncher in the division as far as one-punch knockout power? Can I take his shots with 8-ounce gloves on with no headgear? You know what I'm saying? Pool counter boxing in the building. Salute to you, my brother. I appreciate you for coming through. I think, Earl approached this fight differently than he did the Mikey Garcia fight. I think in both fights, he came out to make a point and to prove something. But I think there were different points being made than in the Mikey Garcia fight and in this fight. You can see that Errol Spence was in phenomenal shape. He was in phenomenal shape, but I did see some ring rust. I did see, but that's the crazy thing. That's the crazy thing. The fact that he did have ring rust, and this was his first fight coming off the accident, off the longest layoff of his career, and he put on a performance like that. Oh my God. Bro, Errol Spence Jr. is special. Earl the True Spence Jr. is special, y'all. That brother is special, man. Against a top guy, that brother is special, y'all. I have not seen Danny Garcia get dominated like that. I never seen Danny Garcia get pushed back for 12 rounds like that. When everybody always look at the Lamont Peterson fight and they say, nah, Mastermind 3 in the building, salute to you. D McGee in the building, salute to you, brother. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Thank y'all so much. Sonny G in the building, say Garcia journeyman. He might be now, but he wasn't before tonight. Danny Garcia, and he still ain't no journeyman. Danny Garcia is elite talent. You know what I'm saying? But he just in there with a different type of guy. You know, but everybody always look back to the Lamont Peterson fight, the second half of the fight, and they say, well, dang, that's the most I've ever seen Danny Garcia. Even in people say that Lamont Peterson in the last half of that fight performed better against Danny than Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, who actually won those fights. So when people always refer to him getting pushed back by Lamont Peterson for 4 rounds, think about what Errol Spence just did for a course of 12 rounds. Come on, man. Come on, man. So I expect Errol Spence Jr. in his next fight, whether it be Terrence Crawford, I'm hoping and praying that Spence versus Crawford is next. This was a great fight for Errol Spence to prepare for somebody like Crawford. As far as, like, you know, fighting a counterpuncher, you know, Terrence Crawford is a very skilled counterpuncher. Danny Garcia, very skilled counterpuncher. You know, then fighting a tough guy who never been stopped, never been knocked down. You know what I'm saying? And then this being his first fight back and getting those 12 rounds, I think this is a good fight for him to get all the cobwebs off, you know, test everything out, see where you at, and then, you know, you go on to Terrence Crawford. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm hoping and praying that the Spence versus Crawford fight is next. You know, but even if it ain't Crawford, if they put him in there with Keith Thurman, you know, Keith Thurman been talking to, you know, he got that pink oil moisturizer dripping down his head. Right now, as we on this live, Keith Thurman has pink oil moisturizer dripping down the side of his face right now. You know what I'm saying? He just fuming. He's sweating right now. He hating. You know, Keith Thurman hating right now. You feel me? He hating right now. He was hoping Earl was going to get beat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Errol Spence going to have a change of heart and say, man, look, go ahead and put me in there with Keith so I can go ahead and dust him off, wash him up. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, we can have Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence around this time next year. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, go ahead and move up to 154. I think, you know, I feel like Errol Spence should be at 154 after 2021. I don't think he should be at 147 beyond next year. You know what I'm saying? 2022, I see Errol Spence at 154. So everything that needs to happen at 147 for Spence needs to happen next year. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he can, you know, he talking about coming back in the summer. You know, we don't know who he gonna fight. Say go for the WBO 154. Yeah. I mean, but if it's still there, you know what I'm saying, by the time Earl get up there, you know what I'm saying? I think by that time, shit, Jamel might have captured that belt by the time Earl get up there. Hopefully, because I want to see Undisputed. Salute to Alamein Cruz in the building, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Thank y'all, man, for coming through and showing love. William Smith in the building. Salute. Let me see. Robert Pitts in the building. What's happening? He say, Spence need to be back by March. You know what? I would like that. I would like to see Earl come back, like, you know, second quarter, like, you know, March. Well, that's still first quarter, but I say like March, April, something like that. You feel me? Just so he can stay fresh. But you know, right now, with the level that Errol Spence on right now, he's gonna be fighting pay-per-view like from here on out. You know what I'm saying? So he probably gonna do two fights a year now. You dig what I'm saying? So I mean, that's what the new age fighters doing now. I can't blame them. You know, as time go on, you know, science, you know, they develop new studies and stuff through science, so they find out, okay, well, if you fight this amount of times, you can preserve yourself and, you know, all that extra shit. You feel me? So we'll see what they do, but I think he got all the cobwebs off tonight. I think all the questions that needed to be answered got answered tonight. And whether he come back in March or if he come back in the summertime is cool. I think he'll be good. Hopefully, he keeps this new mindset that he has and continues to stay in shape, and yeah, man, I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be good, man. He looked phenomenal tonight. To be like I said, man, I just can't I can't get over the fact that Earl was able to put on a performance like that, coming off of the longest layoff of his career and that horrific accident. I mean, did he throw over 1,000 punches tonight as well? How many punches? I didn't catch the punch stat because I jumped right on the live. How many punches did anybody see? How many punches did he throw? 700? Okay, that's a lot of punches. 707, that's a lot of punches. Wow, that's a lot of punches, man. That's a lot of punches. Yeah, he didn't take no punishment. He didn't take no punishment, D Luckett. I felt like he got hit with the shots that I wanted to see him get hit with, and he responded beautifully to him. There was a couple of situations where he was a little off balance, but there was no time in the fight where I thought he was buzzed or hurt or anything. Anytime that he got hit with something, he came right back with the jab and he kept pumping that jab. He kept pumping that jab. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Derrick James got to be trainer of the year. Derrick James got to be trainer of the year. Because it take a great trainer to be able to guide somebody through what ERROL Spence just been through, and to be able to get a guy like that ready to fight this level of competition on your first fight back. And then on top of that, what he just did with Jermell Charlo becoming a unified. Come on now. Derrick James is the only trainer in the sport of boxing with 2 unified champions. Derrick James got to be trainer of the year. He got to be. If he ain't trainer of the year, it's an absolute travesty. Yeah, the CompuBot stats, I was listening to them talk about that, and I was looking at the numbers. I'm like, what are they looking? How are they calculating this? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the fight. I'm seeing Earl's defense. Hold on. We got to talk about this before I get up out of here. We got to talk about this. ERROL Spence's defense was on point, y'all. ERROL Spence's defense was on point. I'm talking about every time, he'd shoot the jab to the body, he always came back up with the left hand. He always made sure that the left hand was up. Like Barry Hunter say, hold the phone. He was holding the phone. You know what I'm saying? Every time he come back, he'll throw that right hand, and then he'll throw that overhand left, and then, dip down and slip. Defense was on point. Always coming back with the hands up. Oh, my goodness. And the few shots that Danny did land, Earl took them well. But the defense was on point. And for you to be able to have phenomenal defense like that coming forward, we ain't talking about a guy boxing on the back foot where your mindset is defense. Your mindset is, oh, don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't ERROL Spence's mindset. His mindset was attack. Attack, attack, attack. So you constantly opening yourself up, and you doing that versus a very calculated and cerebral counterpuncher like Danny Garcia, who's very accurate and timing is phenomenal. And for you to be able to have defense like that in that oh my God. That's beautiful. Shout out to Byron Bradley in the building. Salute. He said, yeah, I did Brick Squad 8. That's real. I did see that. And that was one of the things I was looking at. I was like, Earl, pick your hands up. I think that was a little bit of ring rust. There was a few times where he dropped his hands, but like you said, his reaction time and his speed was very, very good. Reflexes was very, very good. And that was good to see. But I really believe that he was kind of testing himself just to see, like, okay, because he was cutting it close a little bit where he was like barely rolling and missing those shots. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was pretty much trying to test himself and like see, okay, can I move in these certain positions? Can I move in these situations and get out of the way in time? His movement was beautiful. I love the pivot game. You know, I love the upper body movement on defense. I mean, it was a phenomenal performance, y'all. I don't think you could have added. That's why my prediction was Errol Spence by unanimous decision. I said it was gonna be, you know, 9 rounds to 3, 10 rounds to 2. And it turned out to be exactly that. And you know, I really don't think you could have asked for nothing more than this. I mean, a stoppage would have been awesome. And I think that probably would have put him #1 pound for pound, to be quite honest with you. You know, we don't put no drug cheats on our pound for pound list. Absolutely not. No drug cheats allowed. And you know, I normally drop the pound for pound on the first of the month, but I had to wait till after this fight. You know what I'm saying? Because it was right after the first. So I'm gonna drop the pound for pound list tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Ain't much change on there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, ain't no drug cheats on this pound for pound list. We don't do that over here at Contender Regime Boxing. Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all night, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, you know. Man, look, shout out to Danny Garcia, shout out to Earl the True Spence Jr. You know, phenomenal performance, great fight. And man, I hope y'all have a great night, man. And enjoy the festivities. If you're in Dallas, if you're in the city, man, turn up, you know, have a good time, celebrate, and do y'all thing. I holla at y'all, man. Contender Regime Boxing, I holla at y'all boys, man.